Sorry.
Hashtag fancy.
You're a bow tie specialist right now. That's so cute. Look at that.
And not to mention the suspenders.
Bow ties and suspenders, guys. Make note.
I've worked in new media for about 5 years since the Writers Guild strike happened in Hollywood, and it is my pleasure today, just to make sure we're all in the same room, to be the moderator for Super Serving Your Niche, focused on the LGBT content creators and content. If you were looking for the African American panel, that's next door.
But I went super tanning and everything.
I know. I want to read for you what exactly it says in our logline here. Join leading LGBT video creators from both the scripted and non-scripted world as they discuss the ins and outs of the influence that their sexuality does or does not have on their work and audience. Are digital LGBT characters new or different from traditional TV personas? So those are the questions we're gonna ask today, and it is my pleasure to introduce this really amazing, distinguished panel of pioneers in that's right, of pioneers in not only in new media but specifically within the gay, lesbian, bisexual, and transgendered community. Please welcome Susan Miller, Michael Buckley, Sean Hemian, and Hannah Hart.
Happy to be here and really, really psyched to be on this great panel.
Hey girl. My name is Michael Buckley. I am the host of the What the Buck Show on YouTube. I am kind of like one of the original YouTube people back circa 1979. I was one of the first group of YouTube partners back in 2007, making a living off of YouTube since 2008. In terms of being on this panel, of course, when they asked me, I said yes. And it's weird because I think for the first year that I was on YouTube, I didn't want people to know I was gay, because duh. I opened my mouth, look at my gay face. But I've gotten gayer as the years have gone on. But no, but it's very important to me now in 2012 to be gay and to be visible and to be, married for 10 years and a good role model. I do take it very seriously, my role on YouTube as a leader of YouTube and a leader of people like Tyler and Hannah and the most visible gay people on YouTube. I take that role seriously. That's me. Hello.
Do you want us to call you Captain now?
Oh, Captain, my Captain.
I'm Sean Hemming, one of the stars of Husbands, the series. It's a marriage equality comedy series on the web. We have a panel.
And we're doing a panel that I'm moderating this afternoon, so please come to that. That'll be great.
I'm an out actor, and the web has been a place where where none of that matters, as it does in most of Hollywood circles, and I'm here to speak about that. So thanks, Brian.
Hello. That's it. That's all I gotta say. Hi, my name's Hannah Hart. I do a show online called My Drug Kitchen, and I do Heart Dough, yada yada yada, on YouTube. I've been doing it for about a year. It's a little over a year now, and yeah, I have so many things to say about being gay. 'Cause, oh my God, I love being gay. So let's talk.
Just to get a sort of a gauge in the room.
Gay.
Just adjust my bow tie here.
Yeah.
Just to get a gauge in the room, how many people here, if you identify, and don't feel in no way that you have to identify, I'm just kind of sort of curious, how many people here identify as LGBT? Raise your hand.
Ow!
Okay.
Yeah!
Okay. And how many people here do not, how many people here are friends, or members of P-Flag, parents and friends of lesbians and gays? Yeah. Raise your hand. Okay. how many people are just trisexuals? Well, they're just try anything.
Yeah, okay.
No, who don't really fall into either camp. Is there anybody who's okay? We can give those people a round of applause too. Okay. I just wanted to get a sense. So this is awesome. This is really good to know who's here. Okay, so let me go to my handy dandy questions that I came up with. I wrote all these questions. If you read online, they came from this noggin right here. So I'll let you know.
You're the guy who wrote the questions to the super secret niche panel? What?
Exactly. So I put together this panel for a very specific reason. And when I talked to Jenny about doing this panel, I thought it was very important because, you know, we're at a very important time, obviously, in the history of our country and in the history of media and in the history of equal rights. And, you know, I wanted to put together a panel that sort of discussed, you know, and where we could have an open conversation about what's happening in the world right now, and also with some of the top people in new media and what their contributions are. And I specifically chose these 4 people for obvious reasons, some for obvious reasons, some for different reasons. But because I think they have a unique point of view that they're gonna share today with you about what's happening out there. And what their personal beliefs are working in new media, what it's been for them, what it's been like for them, and also what it's like inside of the traditional Hollywood structure, what it's like outside of the Hollywood structure, which inherently YouTube is. YouTube is inherently a thing that is outside of the Hollywood structure, still to this day, although that's changing. Also, we have a real blend here of scripted and non-scripted. You know, YouTube, in my opinion, in my humble opinion, is still very much has a huge vlogger culture. And so I specifically, you know, chose Susan Miller and Sean because they're coming from the scripted worlds, and I think we're seeing that convergence of, you know, of this YouTube, this little infant toddler that's growing up, and we're seeing a lot more high quality, premium scripted content coming to YouTube and other platforms on the web. So that's what we're going to discuss today. So let's get right into it, shall we? Okay. Woohoo!
Oh, that's what we're discussing? Oh.
So
Yeah,
what are the demographics of the people who are watching your show? Did you specifically set out to create a show for the LGBT community? Does your show have reach beyond the LGBT community? Susan Miller, we'll throw that to you.
Our show focuses on. I'm sorry. I've learned to project. So our show focuses on young people, gay, straight, and multi-ethnic, and but the 2 main characters in the show are 16-year-old girls in love with each other, and so we knew certainly that there would be an underserved community or citizenship. Ready to see stories like that. And it would have surprised us if there weren't. What really, really overwhelmed us is the numbers of people for a scripted drama on the web that we had collectively over 13 million views. I know that isn't the YouTube millions, but it is one of the most widely watched scripted web series. And I think because...
That's huge for scripted, guys, in case you don't watch a lot of web series. Huge. Let's give her some love for that.
But the great part about this is that it reaches a lot of people who aren't gay, who aren't necessarily women, although I would say we skew generally to women, of all ages, because it's not an issue-oriented series. Even it's through character that your struggles and their struggles and place in the larger world come to light. And I think what we always were aware of, and I say we, that Tina Cease Ward is the other executive producer and director of the show. We also got some press early on, reaching out to people that I knew, Kate Clinton, after Ellen, and just, you know, and right away everybody jumped on, like, wow, we haven't seen anything like this before. I come from the theater first, and I wrote my first play was called Confessions of a Female Disorder. And there came a moment in the play this was done at the Mark Taper Forum in California, where two women kiss. And I was sitting behind, as I always am in the theater, the people who are just going to break my heart. So at the moment they kissed, these four people in front of me, without even turning to each other, just got up and left. So I invented a little gay koan, K-O-A-N, you know, that little Zen poem. What is the sound of two women kissing? Four people getting up and leaving. But on the web, they don't leave. On the web, it grows and grows, and people talk about it, and we hear, we'll get back to this, but we hear amazing, amazing stories of people that we touch on this show. So I am proud of it, I love it, and if you haven't seen it, I hope you all will.
I'm reading the question. What are the demographics of the people who are watching your show? I know. That was such a long. He was a long question. My audience is generally, I'd say, 70% female, 30% male. Large teenage girl. Large. I said this the other day. The fatties love me. Largely teenage girls. Did I specifically set out to create the show for LGBT? No, I really didn't. I mean, I was just doing What the Buck kind of on public access and just trying to be funny and clever and whatever. So it was not geared towards gay people at all. Does your show have reach beyond the... I think so, yeah. I mean, to answer that question, I do. My show does have reach, but I try and make a video that I find amusing, that hopefully other people would find amusing. But yes, being gay, someone asked me at my thing the other day, do you think being gay impacts your views? And of course it does. I mean, I'd be lying if I didn't, because I'll never be able to have like that male teenage audience that is very into YouTube, like video gamers and stuff. So yeah, that's the answer to that question, right? That's it. Okay. You don't have to applaud. I'm just kidding. She had a really good answer. I just was like, 13, 17-year-old fatties. Insightful.
Husbands, the series, which by the way was created by Jane Espenson. She's a writer from Buffy the Vampire Slayer. And also my co-star, the other gentleman who plays my husband, is Cheeks from Go Cheeks Go on YouTube. If you guys are a fan of him as well, they'll both be at the panel later today, and we'll have a preview of the second season. But the first season, it is a marriage equality comedy series, and the idea was not just to cater to the gay community, LGBT community. We wanted to marginalize it. We wanted to be like, gay marriage is so yesterday. These are just two people who happen to love each other, and that's it. And they have the same issues as a straight couple would, and sometimes they'll have, particular gay issues, but generally it's just two guys and that love each other and trying to make it work. Surprisingly, the biggest audience we have is middle-aged Midwestern women. And
It's because that shit's so hot.
But I mean, we can, yeah.
But I've never felt the need to, because like I said, I felt proud of myself every single day, so I just didn't feel the need to put on a Speedo and put a flag. I'm proud every day.